guys, Cuber here. Today we're doing a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install Retropi. As you can see from my background, Retropi is a Raspberry Pi component. Super easy to install. I'm going to show you the easiest way right now. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to your web browser. And here you want to type in this URL. I'll leave it, set the link in the description. And you want to come here and you want to hit download for Windows or Mac OS or Ubuntu. I have Windows, so I'm just going to do this. And once this is done downloading, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, once the file has been done downloading, you want to head over to File Explorer or whatever you do to find your files. I'm going to go to Downloads where I can find the thing. And right here, where is it? Right here, Imager. So you want to drag this out onto your desktop here. And you're going to want to double click on this and to download it or to install or let it open. And it may or may not ask you to put in like a password. For example, this. So it's going to ask you to put into a password, and like a screen pops up and it says, do you want this device to make changes to your computer? And you're going to want to just type in the password because it's not a virus or anything. You want to hit install after that, and it's going to completely install this, and you want to hit finish. And it's going to pop this up right here. So once you've done this, you're almost done. But remember, you're going to have a SD card that has an adapter for a micro SD card. But before we do that, you want to go ahead and choose your operating system. Since this is Retropi, you want to go down to Emulation and Game OS, and you want to click on Retropi. And you want to pick the one for the different Raspberry Pi that you have. If you have Raspberry Pi 1 or 0, you want to do this top one. Raspberry Pi 2 or 3, this middle one. Raspberry Pi 4, you want to do the top one, or the bottom one. Anyway, I have 3B+. I'm just going to click Retropi here. And then you want to choose an SD card. I currently don't have one in here because I don't need to because I already have it installed. But you want to select the SD card, and then you want to hit write. Once you've done that, it'll write it onto the SD card, and then you can take your SD card out. I'm going to move over to my Raspberry Pi and show you guys how to do the rest. Alright guys, I have my Raspberry Pi here, and I also have the SD card that I have Retropi hooked up to that you should have done in the last clip. And with a Raspberry Pi, you have the entire console here, and then on the very bottom, there should be this little piece. And you want to take that SD card and slide it right into here, just like that. And now it's working. You can plug in all the stuff and it'll work. And then I'm gonna hook it up to my TV and I'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, I'm down at my TV and I have the Raspberry Pi plugged in along with any controller. I'm using a PS4 controller. You want to turn on the controller that you're using and then also turn on your Raspberry Pi. And now this is gonna pop up on the screen. This is just a load up. And it's just going to do a little line of code here. We'll wait for this to be done. And it says Retropi. So this is the thing that we downloaded on the computer at the beginning of the video. And that's what's on the micro SD card. And now that is on the TV. Alright. So, once it continues, I have already done some stuff on here. So it'll load up Emulation Station. And I have a bunch of different games on here. And you're going to load it up for the first time. There's not going to be anything on here. It's just going to say Retropi. And you're going to want to also configure your controller. That's super easy. Just follow the buttons on the controller and just configure it how you'd like to. And then you'll go here and it'll say Retropi. And there's just different stuff to do. But obviously there's no games on it. So we're going to head back over to the computer and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, we're back at the computer, and this time you're going to need a USB stick. What you're going to do is you're going to plug the USB stick into your computer, head down to where you can find your USB stick, which is right here for me, and inside this USB stick, you're going to want to create a folder called Retropi. So just click this new folder button and come in here and type in Retropi. Now, what you want to do is you want to take this USB stick, eject it, take it out, go plug it into your Raspberry Pi for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, and then come back once you're done. And inside this Raspberry Pi Retropi folder, you should find that these 3 files are going to be in here after about putting them in for about half an hour. Sorry, not half an hour. However long, couple minutes, not half an hour. But these should be in there. And then to add games into the actual Retropi, you want to go to the ROMs folder. And in here, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different operating systems or different consoles. And you can stick different ROMs in there. So for example, with the Super Nintendo, I have Bubsy's Claw, Bubsy's, Earthworm Jim, Frogger, Kirby Superstar. With, let's see here, NES, I've got actually nothing in there. For example, with Game Boy, I've got Kung Fu Masters in there. And with things like the Super Nintendo system. Dang, I've already showed you that one. Anyway, I have a whole bunch of different things, and that's how you load them in there. And then you can come out of here, and you can safely eject it. And then you can take your USB stick out and plug it into your Raspberry Pi, and we'll head straight over there to show you what you can do next. Alright, so I have my USB stick that I have loaded ROMs up onto. You just want to stick it into your Raspberry Pi, just like this. It's not going to make a noise or anything, but if we look up at the TV, what you want to do is once you stick it in there, you want to hit Options, go down to Quit, and hit Restart Emulation Station. It's going to restart it right there. And then all the games you have put on there should be on there. For example, Game Boy, I have Kung Fu Masters, Nintendo DS. I have Cooking Mama, Mario Kart, like Animal Crossing. So I'm going to load up Animal Crossing just to show you that this does work. So when you're on here and it says this, you just want to press whatever your A button is, and then it should load you straight into the game. So, for example, Animal Crossing, load it up. And that is how you do that. And if you want to get off the game, you're going to have to turn off your entire system and turn it back on. But that is how you get Retropi on a Raspberry Pi 3B+. Hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.